to do things for each other. And these promises can only go unfulfilled by death. According to Ezekiel chapter number 17, verses 17 through 20, to break a covenant is a heinous sin. So marriage is a covenant, an irrevocable promise between two people. I want to say that again. Marriage is an irrevocable covenant between two people. It's something that once you enter into it, is binding until death. This is the way God looks at it. So when you marry an individual, you should expect to stay married to them until one of you guys die. I'm going to say that again. When you marry someone, you should expect to stay with that person until you die. And that's why you don't enter into marriage unadvisedly or lightly or not with much discretion, because it's something, man, that I don't know of another institution on earth as binding as a marriage. I don't know of any other. I don't know of anything, man, that you promise to stay in until you die but the church. So marriage isn't something that you get in and you get out. It's a covenant. Somebody say covenant. Let me start this lesson out by sharing with you 10 kinds of spouses that undermine successful marriages. And then I'll get into the crux of the lesson today. I want to give you 10 spouses that undermine successful marriages. First of all, I want to talk to you briefly about the irresponsible spouse. The irresponsible spouse. The irresponsible spouse is a spouse that won't live up to his or her end of the bargain. Sometimes this manifests in the life of a husband who won't work. That's an irresponsible spouse that won't live up to their end of the bargain. It manifests itself sometimes in the life of women when they won't cook or they won't clean the house. That's irresponsibility. When you won't utilize your hard-earned money to take care of the children, that's an irresponsible spouse. The things that you promised to do when you initially established this covenant before God and the witnesses that are around, you have to live up to those responsibilities. And most people basically know the responsibilities that are required of them in marriage. And then some of them you learn as you go along. But irresponsible spouses are one of the greatest deterrents to a successful marriage. How many of you sisters will stay married to a guy that can't keep a job? Huh? Come on, somebody. While you out working 40 hours a week, he keeps telling you, baby, I just can't find a job. That's an irresponsible spouse. The second kind of spouse I want to talk to you about is the workaholic spouse. This is the kind of spouse who puts his or her career before the marriage. When you deal with life, the pecking order of things that are important is God, family, then the rest of the stuff falls after that. Only God comes before your family. Come on, somebody. Your job doesn't come before your family. I told the congregation this morning at the 8 o'clock service, the job that you're on, the career that you're trying to build, when you die, they're going to put somebody in your place and forget your name. I don't believe